Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
It's Fit Nation. It's Fit Nation. It's Fit Nation.
Awesome.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the jeweler, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving wrong, I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Virgo, Ferrari, hop up the stoop, jump in the coupe. Big dip on top of the roof, flexing them as hard as I can. Eating halal, driving a lamb. So that bitch, I'm sorry though. Got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this shit like cardio. I'm in district in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name?
Chambean pero no jalan. Tú compras todas las Jordan, a mí me las regalan. I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new religion bank, el Latino gang. Yeah, trato de hacer dieta, pero es que en el closet tengo mucha grasa. Ya mudé la Gucci pa' dentro de casa, yeah. A ti no te conocen ni en plaza. El diablo me llama pero Jesucristo me abraza. Guerrero como Eddie, que viva la raza, yeah. Me gustan boricua, me gustan cubana. Me gusta el acento de la colombiana. Como me ve el culo la dominicana. Lo rico que me chinga la venezolana. Andamos activos, perico, pim, pim. Billetes de 100 en el maletín. Que retumbe el bajo y Valentín, yeah. Aquí prohibido mal, dile charitín. Que per pico le tengo claritín. Yo llego a la disco y se forma el motín.
Diamond District in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? I need the dollars. Beat it up like piñata. Tell the job to close the curtains. Bad chicks make you nervous.
Como Celia Cruz tengo el azúcar. Tú que va medio y se fue de pecho como Ginny Luca. Te vamos a tumbar la peluca y arranca pa'l carajo, que a ti no te va a pasar la boca. Mi tenis y Valenciaga me reciben en la entrada. Para, sí, like I'm Lady Gaga. Y no te me hagas, que en cover de vivo tú has visto mi cara. No salgo de tu mente, donde quiera que viajes, he escuchado mi gente. Ya no soy high, soy como el testa rosa. Soy el que se la vive y también el que la goza. Cosa, es la cosa, mami es la cosa. El que mira sufre y el te toca, goza. I said I like it like that.
I said I like it like that.
I said I like it like that.
I said I like it like that. I'm in district in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to Misfit Nation. If you are a veteran and you are struggling or feel like you're leading a path towards the darkness, stop and think about those who are around you. Think about how they truly value you, how they will miss you. You are not alone. You need to talk to someone. Someone will listen to you. If you feel like you'll be a burden to someone or feel embarrassed to share what you're going through with your family or friends, call the anonymous hotline at 1-800-273-8255 and press option 1. Don't make a permanent solution to a temporary problem. If you're a new listener, thanks for joining us. Please subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast apps to include the Military Broadcast Radio app. And check out our family of shows. They're all hosted by fellow veterans. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at _Misfit Nation. That's _Misfit Nation. Subscribe and click the bell. This will keep you up to date with our latest news, episodes, and of course, stories of our guests. Speaking of which, our next guest is the founder and CEO of Visionary Literary, a full-service writing and publishing company for nonfiction books. After serving as a ghostwriter for over a decade and amassing a client list that includes professional athletes, leaders of billion-dollar organizations, and decorated war veterans, he founded Visionary Literary with one goal in mind: help bring more literature to life. So without further ado, let's welcome John Feldman to Misfit Nation. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you having me. Love everything you do with the show and the, shining a light on veterans. So much appreciated.
And no problem. Thanks for being patient and getting us waiting to get us in here together. It took us a couple months to get this going, but our patience has paid off, and here we are as we're leaning into summer and getting this interview done. And I
sure.
If you don't mind, John, tell us a little bit about your backstory, how you got all started from as far back as you want to go to where we are now and what's going on.
Sure. So I back in college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I started, a friend of mine said, you should write a screenplay about our life in college. And it was god awful, the worst thing I'd ever written, but it was the beginning of a career that took me into fiction writing, and then I moved into nonfiction writing. And for the last few years, I've been writing for some pretty sophisticated clients. Have learned a lot. Have been able to walk in shoes of shoes that I would never be able to fill. But just great stories, and just took my efforts, everything that I've learned, and kind of brought it into Visionary Literary, trying to, again, just bring more stories to life, more nonfiction books to help individuals who want to learn, who love to read.
Awesome. And Visionary Literary, it's a publishing company as well. So you bring on new authors, or you just help people learn to write?
So yeah, we publish. So we ghostwrite. We write the book, and then we publish. We help with promotion, distribution, everything from idea, conception, all the way up until launch, and for a few weeks after that with the marketing plan.
Oh, that's outstanding. How long have you had Visionary Literary up and running now?
About a year now.
1 year.
So yeah, so I started, obviously, wanted to start slowly. Did everything myself, owner operator for a while, did a few projects on my own, and kind of just solidified that process based on, what I'd learned. And then in March, so 2 months ago, a little bit of an expansion. We brought on some sales reps. We are growing our pool of ghostwriters, editors, some project managers, things like that. So it's been a scary leap, but it's been a fun one. And yeah, I'm just, looking forward to the growth that we will see.
A lot of people will take that leap and leap of faith, basically, is what's called, we like to call it, is when you jump from something that's solid and steady into something unknown, like you did with Visionary Literary. When I jump into is in the middle of a tumultuous time in the world, it really, and I'm going to start something new and go forth. Did you have a lot of anxiety as you jumped into it?
Not at first, because it was just a solo thing, and I still had my other freelancing kind of full-time job that was still sitting there. So I knew if it failed, then I had something to fall back on. Especially, I'm married with kids. My wife doesn't work, so I'm like the sole provider. So if anything fails, then I'm bringing the whole family down with me. But then in March, when I took out a loan and expanded, kind of went all in, and so we're in the early stages of that, and we'll see. Reach back out in 6 months and I'll let you know where I am.
When you were, you said in college, you wrote the college screenplay and it was horrible, god awful. Your words were god awful. But
yep.
Did you try to push that to anyone, or you just kept it amongst you and your friends?
No, I did. I tried. I sent out letters to, Paramount Pictures and like the top movie producers, and just got every, the standard rejection back. But I still actually kept some of those rejection letters, because it was pretty cool to see Paramount Pictures write a letter to me personally. It was printed and just a standard letter, but still interesting. But yeah, they were the beginning steps. I mean, so many things in life that I've learned over the past like decade. When you're in high school and when you're in college and when you're young, you just fear that rejection. And then as you get older, you just learn that like every rejection that you get in life just teaches you something. It's a learning experience. And I have had so many rejections, from, rejection letters for, my fiction books, scripts, anything like that. So, but they've all brought me to where I am now. And in my years, like recently, I've written for war veterans turned entrepreneurs, and then also just war veterans in general. 2 years ago, I actually got to drive and meet in person a World War II vet.
Oh, wow.
Who wanted to tell the story of, he was in the Navy, his ship was attacked by a kamikaze. So
wow.
Very, very interesting story. He was 95 years old, still very sharp. So very, very interesting stories, interesting people.
So I bet that was an awesome thing, because we're losing them pretty rapidly. There's not a lot of them left, and to get him to get his story on paper so others can hear it and read it and see it for forever now. That's an awesome feat right there. Because if he wasn't able to get that out there, it would go with him to the grave. So a major thing for you right there.
For sure.
It's a generation that we don't thank enough, I don't believe.
Yes.
So if someone has a whole manuscript ready, can they bring it to you and say, "Hey, look, I have this manuscript. Would you edit it and help me publish?"
Yeah. So if anyone has written a manuscript, maybe it is someone who is a war vet, right? So a war vet turned entrepreneur who wants to tell their story. That's fairly common. Write everything out. Maybe while you were deployed, you kept everything inside of some kind of journal, or you kept voice memos, and you want to get all that information out onto paper. Maybe there are fallen soldiers in your unit or your squad that you want to shine a light on and tell their stories. These are things that can easily, if you write the manuscript and you come to us, we have editorial review, make sure that it's structured properly, and then we can help you get it out and onto Amazon, Barnes and Noble, sites like that.
Awesome. I'm sure a lot of listeners out there have their journals. I know I have my journal from every deployment. The first ones, of course, were handwritten, so I have to translate them to myself because they're pretty horrible handwriting. But as deployments went on, there was computers, so I was able to type and keep them on disk and hard drives all over the place. So they're all over my office here. Just got to get them together. At some point, I'll have my manuscript to hand over to I have an editor in my house, my daughter, who got published right out of high school, so she's my editor now.
Oh, no way. Congrats to her.
Yeah, so she's my stickler for my grammar. She tells me I'm horrible.
Yeah,
I make her work harder than she has to. She says I get a lot of heat from my daughter.
She has to enjoy that, though.
Yes, she does. I think the emails I get from her, I laugh when I'm reading them, but I know she's laughing on the other end too.
Yeah.
So I know you get to meet a lot in 1 year, though. I mean, I'm sure you've met, besides the 95-year-old World War II vet, have you met any other interesting writers or interesting stories along the way?
Yeah, lots. So being strictly nonfiction now for at least the last like 5 or 6 years, just a lot of, I was able to, again, write for an NFL player, for a business partner of Sam Zell, a billionaire banker, um, politicians, but mostly business owners and, people who run courses online, um, just, or public speakers, just trying to use this. So mostly what it's used, it's a tool, it's a marketing tool, to get you, on more stages as a keynote speaker, or to allow you to show your credibility, right? So you can get into coaching and consulting other businesses or other individuals. So yeah, there are several different marketing plays that you can have with a book. And it is, the route that we take is not the traditional publishing route. So when most people think I want to publish a book, they think about going the traditional route where they, reach out to a literary agent and then they focus on book sales and royalties and New York Times bestseller. Our model is a bit different. It's more about keeping allowing the client to retain control of everything, right? So with traditional publishing, not many people know, but you hand over a lot of control. So your title, your cover design, the, chapter structure, everything is really designed around what has worked in the past for traditional publishers, right? So book sales are everything for a traditional publisher. That's the only way that they make money. But with us, we're not focused on book sales, and that's why we're strictly nonfiction. Is that because there are so many different ways that you can see a return on your investment. So that's just one major difference between us and traditional publishing, is that, for entrepreneurs, for business owners that want to retain control, keep the book inside their marketing department, they can promote it as they wish. Just one key differentiator.
Yeah, and like you said, the control factor. Yeah. The big guys, they want that money. They only take on people who are going to make them money. They're not going to take a risk on anyone that they don't believe is going to make them money.
Also they, if say you're a public speaker and you want to give away free books to everyone at a conference that comes to watch you speak, if you say that, if you're traditionally published through Penguin, Simon & Schuster, right, and you tell them I want to give away 1,000 free books, they're going to laugh at you and say, absolutely not. But if you're the one that has 100% control, you can do that. If you want that out-of-pocket expense because you think that handing out 1,000 books is a great lead generator for future business, then you can go ahead and do so.
Right. Yeah. I think going to keep control and being able to do that and have that, I think you have more of a connection with your audience as well. If you're able to if you're speaking to the audience and say, hey, look under your seat, you get a book, you get a book. Yeah. Car, all right. Right. No, I'm not giving away cars. Just
I don't know.
It's just like Oprah Day, but that's the best way you get them. And then they come back to you again. You regenerate the business, you regenerate those clicks, whatever, on your site, and get you to come speak at another conference from someone else in the show or in the audience that day. And someday you'll be the guy that's sitting out there saying, yeah, I wrote that right there. I actually wrote that right there. It's all right. That's got to help a little bit, because you get the generating business as well. She says, hey, I did this with John, and John was awesome, and I think you should go with John too, and you'll have that awesome turnaround. Have you had any return business or referrals in this first year?
So not quite yet, because the publishing, the timeline is pretty long. So from the contract signing until publication date, it's usually about 9 to 11 months. It can be expedited if somebody really has a hard deadline. So for instance, right now I'm writing for someone who needs a January release date, which is a small, kind of a shorter window than expected. But since it's like an anniversary of a specific date that they need this published in January, so we'll expedite that a bit. but yeah, for the most part, since we are relatively new, only about 12 months old, we don't have any return referrals just yet. But we, hopefully, fingers crossed, as we continue to push out books, we have satisfied clients who drive referrals our way.
Exactly. As you grow, that client base will grow. It's not multi-level marketing or triangle market, whatever they call it, pyramid schemes. It's actual good business, good professionalism brings you another client, and it'll just keep referring like that as you go. And they'll say, "Oh yeah, you need to go to John. He's the one you want to be with." Until you can finally say, "Hey, I'm overbooked right now, but I'm going to refer you to someone I know."
Well, yeah, in that case, we'll just expand our writer pool and we'll take on the client. But
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a great problem to have, is if we had to start, turning people away. But
so when you were younger, did you like writing when you were before college, or it just happened in college? You realized, "Hey, I'm a good writer."
It happened in college, and I didn't realize I was a good writer until about 10 years after I first put pen to paper. But no, I mean, I was never a reader. So many people, when they pick up a book and they start reading, I mean, every one of my friends said the same thing. They can read a paragraph and then they fall asleep. That was always me when I was younger. I could never kind of sit still and read. But now, I mean, I can't read enough. I have Amazon is at my door every day with a new book because I listen to a podcast and I hear a recommendation and I just immediately go and buy it. So yeah, it's been definitely a transformation. And anyone who is, listening and who thinks that they don't enjoy reading, mostly it's because in school, we are forced to read things that we dislike. But if you pick up a nonfiction book about entrepreneurship, for instance, The Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the creator of Nike, right? I didn't write that. I wish I did. But it just shows how a normal, everyday person can just knock down doors and stumble and get up and stumble and get up. And after 10, 15, however many years it was, just finally find success. Like if you have that smallest idea of, I want to start a business or do something great inside of your head, and you read that book, your life will be changed forever. I know mine was, after, reading so many of these books and working with clients and helping them create new books is, it's interesting and exciting. Books are exciting in my life somehow.
Very exciting. Yeah. Like I said, when you're young and you're in school and the teacher says you must read, say, Animal Farm or 1984, whatever book you had to read in high school, you have to be, okay, I'm going to read the first page, last page, and try to guess what happened in between and write a summary and turn it into, and see if I can escape out with that CD area. And and now that you enjoy it, I'm going to read this book, and because I want to. You're not going to read this, I'm reading this. And so it becomes more of an enjoyment instead of a job. So,
Yep. Exactly.
Years ago, I would never have a bookshelf in my room, and now I do. And so I have my school books on the bottom, then other books works as they go up there. So it just keeps growing. So I'm probably going to have to build another shelf in here.
Right. That's a great problem to have. I see like pictures of giant, beautiful libraries online, and I think one day, maybe when I'm in my 60s or 70s, I'll have collected so many books that I can have a library of that size. But I think at that point, my wife might say, you're hoarding and you need to get rid of everything. So
chose for this, and I think it's an addiction. But
and I'll refuse. I'll tell her that, but I can't get rid of them. I still might read them
again
30 years later.
Now, if I go before you, you can sell them.
There you go. I'll give her permission.
Put that in the will. Yeah. So for the audience, tell them what ghostwriting is all about, because that's a term you hear, but no one really explains what it means.
Yeah. So ghostwriting is basically, again, so I'll use Phil Knight, the creator of Nike, or any celebrity, as an example. They don't write their own books. I mean, maybe 2% of them do, right? What they do is they hire someone, a professional writer, who will sit down and kind of interview them, collect all their thoughts, get their ideas for a book, and then the writer will write that book. But the celebrity or the author's name goes on the cover. The ghostwriter is just, the term ghostwriter is that we're just kind of invisible in the background. We do the writing and then we hand it over. We collect our payment, and then we go on our merry way and find a new client.
That's hopefully, audience, you understand that. I mean, I can understand that, so hopefully you can as well. It's pretty simple. He does the work, their name goes on it.
Yep, exactly. So I have written, I think, about 36 books, and my name isn't on any of them, but I'm perfectly fine with that. I've learned so much from working with these people, and I like it. I enjoy what I do.
That helps you to appreciate the whole storytelling thing as well, because you hear their stories as being told by them, and then you can just make it flow and put it out there, and then their story is actually out there on the shelves. And when you go into Barnes Noble or Books a Million, you can take your picture next to it, a little selfie, say, "That's me."
Yep, for sure.
Be happy. So of your clients now, what's the age group, differentiation, demographics that you work with now? Is it for all ages, or usually just like middle professionals, like 30 to 50?
It's probably about 30 to 50, and people who are, again, like entrepreneurs or small to medium-sized business owners, people who have hit maybe, I'd say, like between 1 million and 20 million annually in sales or revenue, who are in growth phase of their business, maybe 3, 5, 7 years in, and they're looking to expand to a new level, right? To use a book, again, as a lead generation tool, as a credibility booster, to prove their authority, because case studies are always put into books to kind of subconsciously tell the reader, like, hey, we've done this before. This is what we do. So yeah, again, just small business owners, just looking for that next level of expansion.
So, I mean, I think that's the best place for you to sit there right now as you are growing, like you said, and you just started to build your team out a little more. And as you have to build it out more, I'm sure you can go to different demographics and help the brand new entrepreneur to sell their story from, maybe they had something that went on in their life before they became a business person, and they want to show that as part of their business and help them out. Or the person that's retiring, say, hey, let me tell the story about what I did to get to this point where now I can sit with my feet up all day and sip on tea.
Yeah, for sure. So we have like the packages where we do everything are, fairly expensive for the average everyday person. They're between $14,000 and $34,000 for a book. For a business person or for a business with a marketing expense, that's a good investment, because they can see that return in a matter of months, if done properly. But for the average everyday person, we also so I wrote a book. It's called Your Book on Your Terms, which walks. It's a book basically about what our business does, right? So if you can't afford that, our packages, it's perfectly fine. Everything that we do is listed within this book. We're also in the process of creating an online course. That'll be a few $100s. So, and then we're going to have also like group writing, like yearly, we'll put together like a group of people who want to write, and that'll be a few thousand. So we want to make sure that everyone with every, whether you have $4.99 to spend on an ebook, or you have the $34,000 to spend on our full service package, you're able to write a book and share your story.
And then you'll reach the masses that way, especially as they're able to scale up doing the workshops or the circle writing, and then actually say, look, I'm diving full in on this. I'm going to do this with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and even so, we only work with nonfiction authors, again, because of the ROI. That's a big price tag. If we worked with fiction authors, they would never see a return on investment. The average book sells 200 copies in its first year and 1,000 copies over its lifetime, right? That's the average book. So you would never see a return on your investment. But if you're a fiction author, or if you're a veteran and you want to write your story like this, Your Book on Your Terms, I'm really not trying to push it too much here, but really for $4.99, yeah, you can read the book, and it will walk you through the entire process of what you need to do, how to set up your outline, how to write the book, where to go to, publish it, how to get a cover designer, everything all the way up until it's listed on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, everything. So, if you are, I know your show is all about veterans and helping, and if you have a story and you need to get something off your chest, and that book, again, pick up that book and read it. And if you have, additional questions, reach out to me. I mean, I'm more than happy to help anyone who needs to get their story out. But yeah, technology has really helped so much. No longer do you need to go through the traditional publishing process and kind of beg for someone to write your book. You can do it, and it can be available for everyone to read. So
usually a press of a button. Once you're done going through Grammarly and make sure it sounds okay.
Yeah, well, luckily with Amazon, it's free to, if you find a spelling error, you can just edit your interior file and for free upload a new one. So
right.
No worries if you mess up and your friend or your mom finds a spelling error in your book.
Points it out to you. You got a C- on this one.
Yeah. Or your daughter, if your daughter finds your any spelling errors.
Definitely she will. Believe me. I know she will. So if you want to hold your book up so they can actually see it a little bit.
It's called Your Book on Your Terms.
There you go. And you can get that on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Yep. All available areas. Okay.
Yep. Everywhere the books are sold, you can get it. And the same will be said about your book. If you publish it using that book or through us, whichever.
So how does someone get it? Go ahead. You said contact you. How do they get in contact with you in order to either just have a chat with you or actually sign on with you?
Yeah. So you can reach me at John, JOHN, at visionaryliterary.com. Again, even if you just have questions, if you are a vet and you have questions, I'm more than happy to help. And then also I'm on LinkedIn. Our website is visionaryliterary.com. Yeah, just feel free to reach out in any way.
Awesome. John, thanks for taking some of your time tonight to hang out with us and tell us a little bit about Visionary Literary and what you're doing. A great job in 1 year, plus your other years of writing, of course. And how are you going to push forward with your dream, your vision to help others become writers and get their literary dreams out there? So we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you for having me, Rich. Thank you for your service. To the veteran listeners, thank you for your service as well. Greatly appreciated.
No problem. Thank you.
Although the years have changed now and we go by different names, I remember the sound of our roof in the rain, and my mind goes back in time to a place so far gone, where the love we left behind us was still new. We were listening to a record on the end of your bed, not giving thought to where it was all going. And I wished right then and there so badly I could read your mind, just so I could know the things that you were knowing. I believe, yes I do, the hardest part is always leaving love behind. I believe, yes I do, that everything we lose will be a gift in time. But the hardest part is leaving love behind. When it was time to say goodbye, those words came down like stones. I admit for so long after, it was hard to feel at home. We would hear the highway song shifting down in the night. I was grateful that the echoes broke the quiet. I believe, yes I do, The hardest part is always leaving love behind. I believe, yes I do, that everything we lose will be a gift in time. But the hardest part is leaving love behind. Sun fades on me now, and I miss you like words can't know. And I miss my shot at dying young a long time ago. It's just a lesson learned in love. It's not angry, it's not sad. Sometimes you gotta lose something to know what you have. I believe, yes I do. The hardest part is always leaving love behind. I believe, yes I do. Oh, that everything we lose will be a gift in time. I believe, yes I do. The hardest part is leaving love behind.
You know how we do this. Thanks for taking some of your time to spend with us on
Fit Nation.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and share the link as much as possible. If you want to, please become a supporter to help us carry this thing on. We appreciate you. If you know someone that brings that energy, has a great story, is an up-and-comer in any industry of music, in the arts, have them reach out to us on themisfitnation.com. We will get back to them within one day and get them on here so they can share their story with the world. As always, till next time, be humble, stay hungry, and keep hustling, because we are
Fit Nation.
Pour me another drink, 'cause I don't wanna feel a thing no more, hell no. I just wanna sip it till the pain wears off. Pour me another round. Line 'em up and knock 'em down. Two more, let's go, 'cause I ain't never heard like this before. Don't wanna think about her or wear a ring without her. Don't wanna hit the karaoke bar, can't sing without her. So make them drinks strong, 'cause brother, she's gone. And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'ma need some whiskey glasses, 'cause I don't wanna see the truth. She's probably making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through. If I'ma be single, I'ma need a double shot of that heartbreak proof, and see the world through whiskey glasses. And see the world through whiskey glasses. Last call, I swear this'll be my last call. Now, I ain't drunk, darling, no more at 3 a.m. Mr. Bartender hit me again. Don't wanna think about her or wear a ring without her. Don't wanna hit the karaoke bar, can't sing without her. So make them drinks strong, 'cause brother, she's gone. And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'ma need some whiskey glasses, 'cause I don't wanna see the truth. She's probably making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through.
back, knock 'em back, knock 'em back. Fill 'em up, fill 'em up, fill 'em up, fill 'em up. Cause if she ain't ever coming back, line 'em up, line 'em up, line 'em up, line 'em up. Knock 'em back, knock 'em back, knock 'em back, knock 'em back. Fill 'em up, fill 'em up, fill 'em up, fill 'em up. Cause if she ain't ever coming back, I'ma need some weed.